Yes, are two balloonists competing in the U.S. Women's National Championship happening right here in Jackson this week. Cheri White and Don McKenzie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming to Jackson.
Oh, I love being here.
Well, Cheri, you came a little further than Don, right? Mm-hmm. Where's your home?
My home is in Austin, Texas, where it's 107 degrees today.
Yeah, I bet you're glad to be.
I love it up here.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah.
And you're from Michigan.
Yes, I live in Birmingham, so just over an hour away. So it was nice and convenient. I was thrilled when I learned that the Nationals would be here in Jackson.
Because you have a memory as a younger person, your dad would take you to the Hot Air Jubilee here in Jackson.
Yes, I grew up coming to Jackson to the Hot Air Jubilee with my dad, crewing for him probably from the time I was 6 or 7 until probably 14 years old. But I loved coming to Jackson. It was always so much fun. It was one of my favorite events. I made a lot of friends here, and the activities and things that we did here were great. So he actually won the Hot Air Jubilee 3 times. My uncle is also a pilot. He's won it in the past as well.
Awesome. Well, I was not surprised to learn that there are activities, competitions for women balloonists, because I know several. It's not uncommon. It's a sport where women have a big presence. Mm-hmm. And I think for so many, like you, they went to a balloon festival and they got the bug. Mm-hmm. What was it for you, Cheri?
Actually, my family started ballooning when I was 13 and my sister was 11, and we were my dad's crew. And every summer we'd go to Indianola, Iowa to the U.S. Nationals to watch him compete. And here I am today, 50 years later.
And this is your balloon this morning. Mm-hmm. In the competition this morning, something called gravity drop.
It was a gravity drop, meaning that you can't throw the baggie out of the basket. You have to hold your hand inside and just let it fall from the basket.
Now, maybe this is just a fixture, or because of the way the photo was taken, but it looks like the balloon is a little more oblong than round.
It is. It's called a racer, and it's in a shape that makes you ascend and descend a little faster than a traditional round balloon. So most competition pilots now fly the racers.
And your balloon has a name?
It's Code Red.
Code Red. Mm-hmm. Great. And we also caught Don's balloon out in competition this morning. What's the name of your balloon?
Daydream.
And this is very distinctive in its coloring. Now, do you guys design the colors and the shapes of the balloons?
Yes, actually, the balloon that I fly, my dad built. So he wove the basket, sewed the fabric. So it was actually a bunch of scrap fabric. So that's kind of why it's the way it is and the colors that it is. So that it was a more affordable project for him. And he finished this balloon when I was 19 and when I earned my license.
Wow, it's like folding your own parachute, right?
Yes.
Making your own envelope. Mm-hmm. Very distinctive. So you won't see another one like that. Mm-hmm. And this morning we got some photos of you competing in the gravity drop. How does that work, and how did each of you do in this morning's competition?
I think I did okay this morning. I made a few mistakes. In the old days, we didn't have computers and GPSs, and we flew with maps and protractors, and now we have nice computer programs where we put the targets in, and the GPS is telling you where you are on the map, and you have to punch in numbers and punch in. If you miss a target, you have to do a drop electronically. So I made a few technical errors just from just the technology. But flying, I thought I did well. It was a fun day.
Good, congratulations. How did you do this morning?
Yeah, same. I felt like I did a good job flying, but I made a technical mistake as well on my final target where I flew really well, but I made a mistake on when I made my electronic mark, so I got a no result, where if I would have done that correctly, I would have gotten a much better score. But I did get a second place on that gravity drop. So that was fun.
Good job. So the community saying, well, because we're used to the hot air jubilee where everyone goes to one spot and watches them all go up at the same time, but it's different with the competition. You're given a location that you have to reach, right? With like the gravity drop, you have to go to a spot, drop the thing. So you have to decide where you're going to launch from in order to meet that spot, and it could be different. You could be all over the place, right?
We did. In fact, today we had pilots all in different areas that kind of grouped together and took off in their own spot. It's challenging in the morning. They'll give you, today we had 5 tasks, and they will give you the places that you need to fly to, and then you have to go a kilometer away. Well, you're looking for yards, and so you're knocking on people's door, at 6:15 in the morning. May I launch from your field? And so it can be quite challenging to find a place to launch, but it's fun, and so far we've had really nice landowners that let us put the balloons up in their front yard.
I think people are excited. And it's neat about sound with the balloons. You can hear them coming with the burner, but that's all you hear. But when you're up there, you can hear private conversations between people. Isn't it amazing how the sound travels?
And the dogs.
It is, yeah. You can hear a screen door open for someone to walk out on their deck and check out what's going on. But that's what's so fun and special about ballooning too, is every flight is different and the people that you meet along the way.
So this week we have several days of competition. So we had the gravity drop this morning. What else have you done, and what else is there left to do?
Well, we fly again tonight, and then we fly Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings. Friday morning's the last competition. And during the days, we're just enjoying Jackson. Yesterday, Jackie took us on a tour of all of the murals, and it was really exciting to see the city. And then we sleep a lot. You're up early in the morning at briefing, and then you sleep in the day, and tonight we'll fly again in the evening. I think for your listeners, they can go to the Facebook page and they can get a good idea of what part of the town we're flying in for those that want to come and watch.
Because we go to the pilot's briefing, and there is when we're analyzing what the wind direction is. So it's not until we know what the wind direction is for the officials to determine what the targets are, and then for us to determine where we're going to take off from.
Well, you guys have had a lot of success in competition. I was looking at some of your accomplishments, and Cheri, you are a world champion, a national champion, Rookie of the Year. You've won the highest honor in ballooning, the Diplôme Montgolfier, and that's the guy who invented hot air ballooning. So you're no slouch when it comes to competition. Are you the favorite, or is everyone fear you?
No, they don't, because I'm getting older.
Cheri was my idol growing up, because she was one of the few female balloonists that I knew, and my dad would always point her out to me, and it was all men and often, and so she was one of the few female pilots that I knew, and the gas balloons and all the other things. Cheri's a total rock star.
Now, what's your dad's name?
Ted Gothier.
So he came here. People might remember his name from the balloon pilots in Jackson are celebrities, particularly when they come back year after year. So those names, people, we remember some of those names. Is there a current standings of how you are doing in competition?
We've had 2 competitive flights, and I'm currently in second.
Oh,
so
good. How are
Currently not in second. Not doing as well as I would like, but we have a lot of flights ahead of us, and I'm going to turn that around and get back on up.
Of all the different competitions throughout this competition, what is the most difficult, most challenging for you, Don? What do you fear?
It's just like Cheri said, the electronics is new. There's a lot to think about and to do in the basket, and just the different tasks are really challenging, but it's a lot of fun too, and it makes you a better pilot.
And for you?
I just want to keep flying well or try to fly well and have some good tasks. I'm trying when I fly, I try not to be just looking at targets. I'm looking at the deer, I'm looking at the lakes, the houses waving to people. So that's the part that I'm trying to enjoy more.
You mentioned your family. You grew up in ballooning, and now you have children, both of you, right? Are they part of your crew?
No.
No.
They were when they were growing up. I have twins. Actually, we both have twins.
No kidding.
Yeah, we just found that out. Mine are 28 now. My son's a pilot, and my daughter is an artist in New York, and my niece is a pilot as well. My dad trained my niece, and I trained my son, and my son only likes competition. He grew up going with me on the Touchstone Energy jobs, commercial ballooning, and he wants nothing to do with that now.
Yeah, so your real job is founder and COO of Touchstone Energy Cooperatives,
The balloon program. Yeah, next year will be our 25th year, and we used to do Traverse City, Michigan every year, the Cheri Festival. So that was always a point to look forward to in the summer.
These are some photos from the competition this morning. Really some cool balloons, and you can tell from all over the country. There's one that even has Nebraska, I think, on the balloon. And for you, Dawn, your family involved, your children involved in ballooning?
Yeah, they love coming along, and they help crew, and they like to collect balloon cards from all the pilots. And but my dad started ballooning first, but we have 7 pilots in our family, and I'm the only female, but it's a big family affair for sure.
Yeah, it has to be. You have to get a crew. You can't just do it by yourself.
No.
It's a lot of work. And that's the first step to becoming a pilot, is being on the crew. That's where everyone starts.
If anyone wants to get involved, the best thing to do is to volunteer to crew, and then that's often how you can get up close and personal, learn the most about it, and that's how you can get really involved.
You've competed all over the world, all over the country, and here, everyone says, "Oh my gosh, Jackson, it's going to rain. We have winds." But right now, this week, you couldn't get any better, could you?
Last week, it didn't look like it was going to be that great in the weather, and then it just turned miraculously. We're in a high pressure right now, great winds, cool temperatures. You couldn't ask for a better weather pattern, so we're blessed.
This is it, yeah. So you look at, Austin, you couldn't fly a balloon in this heat, could you?
You can, but you're drenched wet when you're done, because you're uncomfortable with the hot burner above you, and
Well, we're very excited to have you both here, and all the competitors in the competition. And thanks for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, good to see you both. And everyone can come see all the women pilots from around the country this Friday at the Hot Air Jubilee, as it begins at Ellis Sharp Park. The actual awards for the competition will occur on Friday.
Right around the glow time. During the glow.
During the glow time, in the evening,
Around
Friday
9.
evening. So, great. So that's when everyone will be there. So we'll see you Friday all weekend at Ellis Sharp Park for the Hot Air Jubilee. Visit hotairjubilee.com for all the details, schedules, attractions, and more. And just the rest of this week, just look up at lunchtime. Thank you.
Right,
Thank
thanks.
you. It was nice being here.
Yes, 2 of the U.S. Women's National Hot Air Balloon Championship competitors, Dawn McKenzie and Cheri White. Watch for their balloons. They've got numbers on the side